The film opens with a profound sense of loss, immediately immersing the viewer in the solemn atmosphere of a funeral. This isn't just any funeral, it's for Roger, Jake's best friend, a bond forged in the crucible of childhood. As the eulogy unfolds, Jake is transported back in time, vivid memories flooding his mind. We see them as children, inseparable, their days filled with unbridled laughter and innocent adventures. These sun-drenched flashbacks underscore the profound, almost visceral connection Jake and Roger shared, a friendship that seemed destined to defy time. One particular memory resurfaces with chilling clarity. A terrifying day on the road when Roger, with lightning reflexes and selfless courage, shoved Jake out of the path of an oncoming car, taking the impact himself and suffering a fractured leg. This heroic act cemented Roger's place in Jake's heart, an indelible mark of his loyalty and sacrifice. Still at the funeral, the weight of their severed friendship presses down on Jake. His mind continues to wander, now to their turbulent freshman year of high school. The film subtly illustrates how the currents of adolescence began to pull them apart. Jake, with his effortless charm and athletic prowess, ascended the social ladder, becoming the quintessential popular kid. Roger, quieter and more vulnerable, found himself increasingly marginalized. The screen briefly, painfully shifts back to a snapshot of their final awkward conversation during that freshman year, a moment laden with unspoken words and the growing chasm between their diverging worlds. The narrative then takes a chilling turn, rewinding precisely 1 week before Roger's death. We witness Jake navigating his seemingly perfect life. Every Thursday evening is meticulously planned, his popularity unchallenged, his beautiful girlfriend, Amy, by his side. His path to a bright future, complete with a prestigious college admission, appears smooth and certain. Yet, in stark, painful contrast, Roger's existence is a relentless torment. He is perpetually bullied, his spirit slowly eroded by constant tormentors, his isolation growing more profound with each passing day. The very next day, this unspoken despair erupts in unimaginable tragedy. Roger, pushed beyond his breaking point, opens fire at the school before tragically taking his own life. The sudden, brutal violence shatters the idyllic illusion of their community. 1 week after the funeral, the school reopens, an eerie facade of normalcy attempting to erase the recent horror. Students move through the halls with a forced lightness, a collective denial hanging heavy in the air. Jake, still reeling, throws himself into his routine, culminating in a significant game that evening. His team wins, a fleeting moment of triumph that feels hollow against the backdrop of his grief. That night, a chance encounter introduces him to the pastor from the funeral, a kind, understanding man who offers solace and a lifeline in the form of his car. But before Jake can truly engage, Amy, his girlfriend, pulls him away to a party his friends have organized, a desperate attempt to cheer him up. The party, initially a loud distraction, quickly devolves into chaos as cops raid the place. Drunk and disoriented, Jake stumbles out the back door, utterly without transportation. In a moment of sheer desperation and vulnerability, he calls the pastor. During their quiet conversation, the pastor, Chris, casually mentions that Roger had visited his church the Sunday before his death, seeking something, but Chris was too caught up with other youths to truly connect. This revelation hits Jake with the force of a physical blow, igniting a fresh wave of guilt. Chris extends an invitation to church, but Jake, still wary and emotionally guarded, makes excuses. The very next day, a flicker of curiosity or perhaps desperation compels Jake to attend church. To his surprise, he finds a genuine sense of peace and warmth within the community. But the fragile calm is shattered when Chris, unaware of the raw wound he's touching, gently brings up Roger. Jake is immediately seized by an overwhelming wave of unease and guilt, his discomfort palpable as he tries to flee the building. Chris, sensing his turmoil, stops him, offering not just a ride home, but a quiet, compassionate presence. When they arrive, Amy is already there, her concern etched on her face. In that moment of shared vulnerability, Jake finally unburdens his soul, confessing the crushing weight of his guilt, revealing the deep-seated belief that he is responsible for Roger's death. Days later, Jake continues to grapple with his burgeoning faith, spending time in introspection and seeking guidance from Chris, whose wisdom and empathy prove to be an unwavering source of support. One evening, after attending another friend's party, Jake leaves early. The once comforting familiarity of his old social circle now feels suffocating, the superficiality a stark contrast to the profound questions consuming him. He shares his turmoil with Amy, confiding in her about Roger and his unexpected pull towards church. She's initially resistant, her comfort zone challenged, but her love for Jake persuades her to accompany him to church. However, the atmosphere proves too uncomfortable for her, and she quietly leaves. Inside, Jake observes that the other youths are distracted, their attention fragmented. A newfound sense of purpose stirs within him, and he suggests they all simply hang out together, seeking genuine connection beyond formal setting. That evening, his dad calls, his voice a reminder of the academic and social pressures Jake still faces, urging him to focus on his studies and maintain his grades. A few days later, a casual lunch with his new, more authentic friends seems promising. Yet, the unspoken tensions between Jake and Amy finally erupt. Amy, feeling increasingly alienated by Jake's evolving priorities and his deepening connection to faith, makes the difficult decision to break up with him. The pain of this separation, another significant loss, deeply affects Jake. As days turn into weeks, Jake gradually finds his footing, forging new, more meaningful friendships that resonate with his changing values. Then, one night, his world is plunged into further chaos. He finds Amy on his doorstep, her face pale, her voice trembling as she drops a bombshell. She's pregnant. The news hits Jake like a physical blow, leaving him stunned and speechless, but Amy, overwhelmed, flees before he can process or respond. As he stumbles inside, his world crumbles further when he discovers his parents are getting a divorce. Stripped of his relationship, his family unit fracturing, and facing an unimaginable responsibility, Jake feels utterly adrift, with nowhere left to turn. In despair, he reaches out to Chris, not just as a pastor, but as a trusted friend. Chris, with profound wisdom, doesn't offer a simple solution, but guides him towards a deeper truth, advising him to seek solace and strength from God. That night, alone and vulnerable, Jake kneels down, pouring out his heart in a desperate, transformative prayer. The next morning, a newfound resolve radiates from Jake. He rushes to Amy, his commitment unwavering, his voice firm as he assures her he will stand by her, no matter the circumstances. Days later, the rumor of Amy's pregnancy goes viral, a relentless torrent of judgment that publicly ruins both their reputations. Yet, forged in adversity, their bond only strengthens. They remain an unwavering front against the scrutiny and whispers. Amy, after much painful deliberation, makes the incredibly difficult, mature decision to give the child up for adoption, a choice born of selfless love and hope for the baby's future. The film culminates in a powerful sense of closure and new beginnings. Both Jake and Amy graduate, their faces etched with a hard-won happiness, their shared journey a testament to resilience. Jake, through his trials, also achieves a significant reconciliation with his father, repairing a damaged relationship and finding peace within his family. And as a symbol of his growth and renewed purpose, he ultimately attends his dream school, stepping into a future he once thought lost, carrying the lessons of grief, guilt, faith, and unexpected redemption.